Hey you guys, it's Teresa and welcome back to my channel. As you can clearly tell by the thumbnail, I am talking about kind of like my writing process. Here we are for my vlog for September. So far as for updates, like I said in August, I finished the novel, took a break. I worked on other things that kind of helped me pull into focus the entire situation in terms of like the world and everything, which I'm still kind of doing because whoever said writing is easy and simple clearly was lying to themselves, because it is not easy and simple. And I have spent more hours staring at my computer screen like, what is your middle name? Or kind of figuring out like how something works than I have with anything else. Like really, it's whoever said that writing was simple can go die in a hole. But sometime, I think last week or a week or two ago, I went through and printed out my entire novel. Ta-da! Which is double spaced without like any rough edits, like just the normal like simple edits. It is 439 pages, double spaced, single sided, because my printer doesn't print out double sided, unfortunately. Poor trees, but you know, we're gonna go with it. And I ended up breaking it up into fourths. So I just finished the first fourth of stuff, so that's all done and ready for me to start redrafting that quarter, or start making the breakdowns for it. But I broke it up into fourths and I'm already starting the second one. And that's kind of how I've been doing it, because it's just easier to kind of lug around to work in like random places if it's in fourths and not the entire 439 pages. But essentially what my writing process is going to be, for those of you guys who might be wondering, because all I do is talk about writing, is that I decided to color code my edits. So I have 6 colors that kind of help me out with like figuring out for the redrafting at least. And one of them is red, the atypical red editor pen that we all love to hate. And that kind of just helps me with like passages that need to go away, words I need to replace, things that I might need to reword and everything. Then the other one is a like light blue, baby blue almost, and that just kind of helps me with the words, like passages or like sentences that I need to move around, things I need to condense and make shorter, and all that fun stuff that isn't really that fun and sometimes gets mixed up with the red. But those two are almost interchangeable, and I say almost in a loose manner. I can't talk, it's fine. Then after that, typically, this isn't in order, but the first two are always in order. Then after that I go to an orange color, which kind of helps me out with like the timeline, the specifics about like the world and everything, and like information about like everything else. So that's always nice. But third color always goes there. Then the next color is green, which helps me with characters, like their personality, their appearance, their relationship with others. I'm very anal about this process, as you can so clearly tell. But this is what happens when you show me the world of color coding and throw me to the wolves. But yeah, almost done. The next color is like this pink, and this just kind of is like my who, what, when, and where, why kind of situation. If I need more information on something I've written, or something that I feel the audience will need more information on, I'm gonna go ahead and ask a bunch of questions in pink. Lastly, the purple color doesn't necessarily go within the manuscript, but like at the end of every chapter, I like to have an assessment, like what's working well, what isn't, what needs to be changed, like what about the characters is showing up here, what is missing, and all that stuff, just to kind of help me with the overall breakdown of it. And I started doing a breakdown, like I told you guys I was doing a reverse outline. However, this reverse outline involves not character breakdowns, but like chapter breakdowns. So I don't know if I'm gonna try to fit it somewhere here, but it essentially, I got this idea from Kitty-tastic, and I kind of molded it to fit my personal style a bit better. But essentially it just kind of asked me questions about like the point of view, which scene this is in the first book and whatnot, and like all this other information on there, and I'll fill that out according to the notes that I have in the chapter and things I need to change and whatnot. And then that's kind of how I'll go off when I'm physically going through and doing the redrafting process, because then I can literally just take like, say scene number 3 in chapter 2 will work better in chapter 1 between scene 1 and 2. So I can just go ahead and move that in there, and like the next scene in the Word doc that I'm writing, I can go ahead and copy paste and see how that sounds transition wise. Like I said, I'm really anal about this process, and I don't know why I thought I wouldn't be anal. It's just how life is. But yeah. But I'm really excited to start getting into this process. And since I finished kind of the first like quarter of this, I say quarter loosely because I broke it up into 4 bits. But after I finish the first quarter of this, I'm very, very excited. I should find a different word than very. To like start redrafting it, which I will be doing tonight, as well as working on the other kind of, what do you call them? The chapter breakdowns, and then the other things about the world. And writing is stressful, and I don't know who in their right mind said that, oh my goodness, you're a writer, it's so easy. So writing is hard, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. Writing is hard. Like, the base part of it is easy. You just write. But then if you want to turn it into something more than just word vomit on a page, you have to do work. And I found out recently, unfortunately, though I knew this already going in, that you have to do some math with the situation. And it's a very upsetting time. Like, I have been putting in years for the overall timeline of like the stuff that happened before the book, and then like conversion rates and how they age, because they don't age like normal humans. And I don't know why I made this hard for myself, because I just gave myself math I didn't need. But here we are with the first draft done, and my realization that I have to actually go ahead and do math, and the numbers aren't just gonna come down from the heavens and like implant themselves in my brain. And I just, whoever said writing is hard, is easy, turn on your location. I just want to talk. But other than that, hopefully, I've gotten a couple questions from like friends and family about like when I'm going to start looking for agents and when I'm going to start querying for things. I'm probably going to start doing that around my, after my second draft and well into my third, mainly because I want what I have to be solid, and I want to know what I have to give, because as if you guys don't know, for query letters, you have to tell the agent exactly what happens from start to finish and everything in between. You don't get to give a synopsis or anything. It has to be that in-depth for them to really consider it. So I want to have something solid that I can explain to someone, as well as do more research on agents that I want to represent me in the future, hopefully. So if that's the case, I'm going to take my time the first draft. And I mean, my professor once told me that a good author has about 2 to 4 drafts starting out, but as they grow up and get better, they become great authors, and they end up with 10 drafts. So like I said, I want the first 2 to 3 drafts to be solid, so I can do my research while I'm in this position, and like have a solid query letter and a solid draft to show them before I'm like, please publish me. I swear I'm a good person and I'm going to bring you lots of money. Though that's not my reason for wanting to get the story published. I just genuinely want people to enjoy my writing as I have enjoyed others. But, you know, when you show an agent something, they want to have a reason for actually signing you on. So, yeah. And I heard that finding an agent is also kind of a taxing process. So if you guys have any suggestions, or know anyone who on YouTube who has been looking for an agent or has found an agent and kind of know how they did it, help a sister out, because I really could use some advice. Because everyone's like, you have to like subscribe to different like newsletters and blah blah blah, and I'm like, and I'm chilling here, just newly graduated from high school, like I don't have $24 a month to spare to go pay for a subscription for an agent, to find a singular agent. Though I'm sure that in the end it'll be worth it. There are no funds in my bank at the current situation. So like I said, if you have any advice, much appreciated. But that is it for this like glimpse in my novel writing vlog. I'm finally back to writing, because I never really took a break. I like went from like the novel to like short stories to the world, and now I'm back to the novel. And it's become to the point where it's like writing is the equivalent of breathing for me. I have to write once a day or my day is incomplete. I could possibly die, but I think that's a little borderline dramatic, but you never know. But if you like these videos, hit like. I upload these guys once a month, so be sure to check in. If you guys want to see more of me, subscribe. I upload every Saturday and Wednesday, unless something happens, in which case you should be following my social media, which is @BookishTherese, which will tell you what's going on in my life and why I missed an upload. But I'll see you guys in the comments, and hopefully I'll have a video up on Wednesday.